Hey y'all, today we're going to be in Luke 15, 11 through 32. Again, that's Luke 15, 11 through 32. A certain man had two sons, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of good that falls to me. Give me my inheritance, basically. So he divided them his livelihood. And not many days after the younger son gathered all together, journeyed to a far country, and they awaited his possessions with prodigal living. But when he spent all, there arose a severe famine in that land, and he began to be in want. Then he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into the field to feed swine. This is the son here that he sent to feed swine in case there was any confusion. And he would have gathered filled his stomach with the paws that the swine ate, and no one gave him anything. But he came to himself, he came to his senses, he said, How many of my father's highest servants have bread enough to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father and will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your highest servants. And he arose and came to his father. But when he was still a great way off, his father saw him, and had compassion, and ran, and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight, and am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servants, Bring out the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and sandals on his feet, and bring the fatted calf and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead, and is alive again. He was lost, and is found. And they began to be merry. Powerful, powerful story, isn't it? There's someone who needs to hear this today. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have already heard the story, and you know it's a metaphor for God and His children. Someone needs to hear this today. No matter how far you think you are, and no matter how far you think you've fallen, you think, oh, God can't use me. I've done too much. You don't know what I've done. I can't be used by God anymore. My friends, God will welcome you with open, loving, and understanding arms. You are His children, and He still loves you. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If God was done with you, He'd take you already. And I firmly believe that. If God were done with any one of us, He'd take us out of this world if He couldn't use us anymore. But the fact that you're still here so that you still have a race to run, you still have hope of redemption. Mainly, sadly, it's not always as simple though. Maybe you see nothing wrong with what you're doing. Maybe you see nothing wrong with running away from God and just doing whatever you want to do. Because the devil gets in your mind and you hear that voice saying, well, with your life and you're an adult, you can do what you want. I say that because the kid in this story was, I guess, about 17, 18, as old as you have to be to get your inheritance. But anyway, the devil may be misleading you with the idea it's your life. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing. But you will, as this young man did, you will come to that point of, you will come to what you think is your lowest point. And I say what you think is your lowest point because of what I'm going to say in a minute. When you reach what you think is your lowest point, oftentimes when we reach that, we think, oh, I'm at my lowest point, God can't use me. I'm not worthy to be a son, I'm not worthy to be a daughter. You were never worthy in the first place. I mean, God bestowed grace upon you and love, not because you deserved it, not because you were righteous, but because of who He is. When you reach that point, as I said, that point of brokenness, if you cry out to God with a willing heart and a repentant heart, then He'll clean you up, He'll wash your face, He'll say, come home, my child. I've been waiting a long time for you. You are my child and I love you. I hope it's been a learning experience for you. Now let's go home and yet just start over. That's just amazing to me that God can be like that with us, no matter how far we've fallen, no matter how far we think we've fallen, we think we're beyond redemption. But God uses broken people. He does. He uses broken people and He uses them for His glory. He loves you. He always will, and there's nothing that you can do that He will not redeem you from if you so act for it. I'll see y'all next week, and God bless you.